Hey everybody, welcome back. Day 3 of the deck build and we're nearly done. So it's nice to know how easy and quick it is. Got some beautiful plants to go on. Went shopping yesterday on a lunch break. Yeah, what we got here? Deck boards, 22 of those I think, my last count. And we've screwed on the first one. So just use this one to get an idea of sort of how wide it's going to be. Yeah, one more needs to be said. You might notice that there's what appears to be quite a small gap there and quite a large gap here. But when the other board is on it, on top, there'll be the same gap there as there. I know it sounds odd, but that's just because this isn't perfectly straight. That's not perfectly straight. The wall is perfectly straight and that's perfectly straight. So obviously we've got, oh, and that, I suppose that's perfectly straight, but yeah, the fence ain't, because, it's fence. Yeah, so the first job is to hide all of these circles, which I completely forgot. I just went ahead and started screwing and cutting and felt really good about myself. And then the missus is like, hey, premature. So need to hide the circles in here so that the person who comes along after me, even me, opens it up and goes, oh, for crap's sake, they hid all of their rubbish down here. Yes, I am apparently now that builder. And yeah, I curse them out every time I use it. I try to build stuff. So that's where we're at. Hopefully in the next clip, there's a buttload more boards on. Probably just do it until I get to there. Might film something depending on how we get there. I also need to work out the gaps. So obviously this first board is going to go on like that, right? So that will cover up the gap here. Might have it overhang just a touch like that. And then there has to be a gap between each board, right? So imagine a little gap, not for width. And then board. But down this end, it's the first time I've had an offcut to actually be able to show you. Well, that's not a good sign. Might be a little bit high over here now that things have settled a bit. One to check. Okay, so unless I just go up to there. Oh, you're a sneaky devil, aren't you? Might just go up to there. Depends where we are, because if the board's finished there, I've got a real problem. I'll need to add a little bit to the gap so that, multiplied by 22, the gap adds up to that, right? So that I have just a nice neat gap there. But then obviously that board will have to be cut out along there. So we'll see. If it comes up to there, I've got another problem. I might need to take a little bit off the gap so that I can put one here. Yeah, we'll see. Undecided. So I think the first thing I need to do is get the first one on and then measure the distance to like here and then sort of divide it out and see how many boards are gonna fit. Tricky. I think that's the only bit that's sort of bespoke to a garden office really is, you're gonna have to do, your front needs to end perfectly, but your back needs a wibble. So you can't just start from there. I suppose a lot of people would, if you're just dealing with whatever space you've got, calculate it from there. So, start it on the front. Like with a building, obviously you've got a solid edge. So you could calculate it one full board right on the edge plus your gap and then multiply it by how many boards you're going to want to get to as close to your size as you want. So yeah, we'll see. Any advice I can give? Yeah, the bolts that are that are holding the frame together are right in the way of where the screws are going. So on this side I've got one there and one there, right? One there, one there. So that I've got even spacing along all of them. But I want this side showing. It doesn't matter which side. They both give airflow and water runoff. It's just your choice aesthetically. I personally don't really like this look. I think it looks a bit like kids' play park. Whereas that looks a bit more officey to me. So I'm going with that. But yeah, where those holes come out on this side is 2 rungs in, which I found out just by screwing through, just looking at it. So yeah, I put those in. They're exactly where I put the bolts in. So I've just had to spike them a little to put them in. Other than that, let's get cracking and see what we end up with. Cheers. Can't stop the video. Classic can of rabbit holes pro tip. Don't just screw straight through this because it will just split. However, coming from the side on one of the halves and you've got 2 blocks. So I've put that down how far I want it to extend. All right. And then, this is why I don't do stuff on camera. Here we go. Now I pull that tight, and I've gone for a tiny little overlap on that, so it looks nice. And wouldn't you know, it's exactly 308. So now I can take 308 centimeters and divide it by 22, and that will give me exactly how far each one of the boards needs to take up, including the gap between the boards, right? So if I take 22 over that, 308 over 22, take that gives me a board and a bit. But obviously I need to leave twice that bit, because obviously one side of it is this board, and then the other side of that gap is the next board, right? Oh, no, I need to take exactly that amount of gap. The difference in the size of board and the gap, because that'll be one on this side, one on that side, one. Yes, I think that's right. So, wish me luck. I clearly need it. 108, that'll include that one. No, that'll be too much gap, won't it? Let me do the maths. I'll come back to you. You want the good news or the stupid news? That's right. There's only stupid news. So, now that we've got 3 offcuts, 4, but obviously I broke one, as you saw, we were able to sort of go 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking online, actually you always want a 5 to 8 mil gap. Those are 5 mil screws. Guess what? I just stick a screw between it, screw in, move on. So that's a good way to get the measurement, right? Just use your screw. So got the first 3 on. Lovely. Counted up, and we need 21 or 22 more boards. We neither of us can remember, and we can't be bothered to do it again. So we're just going to buy 22 more boards. We need 22 more. I bought 22 to begin with. So since we've used 4, we need 4 more. We're going to buy 5 because they're like £7, and I think we've already been down 1 can of rabbit holes. We don't need another. Yeah. So embarrassingly, now is when I leave you, and I need to go to B&Q because I think they're open, and get some more decking boards. I mean, I could check like Wix or something. I mean, Travis Perkins won't do it the same day. And I mean, they're all much of a muchness, right? They should all look the same. If not, I can intersperse them. Yeah, so silly move number 1. Right, I'll see you soon. Right, we're about halfway through. Dwindling pile of planks. And we've cut around this. Just quickly scribed it, and then cut that. Exactly, Emily. I mean, baby can of rabbit holes. You're a troll. You're a troll. I'm a troll. Trip trapping on this bridge. She's helpful. So, yeah, now we've gotten here. It's been my plan. Yeah, you're a billy goat. Can Daddy talk to the audience? Yeah. So, my plan was, if it fell sort of halfway, to put a hole in it with a hole saw, and then take these clips off and just slide it down and put it in. When you slide it. Now, where is it going to line up? This is live. I haven't checked it. Oh, look at that. It's right on the edge. You can bet that's going to snap, isn't it? Light show. I'm going to put a hole in. Light show. Light show. Light show. This is. It's not a light show, that's a battery.
Let me light show.
Okay, so looking at that, anything left on this side is going to break. I know, sweetheart. I'm trying to talk, okay?
Can I get up there?
You can't get up there.
Can I get up here?
No.
Can I get up here?
So, sorry about that. She's cuddling me. Yeah, looking at that, any material left on this side is probably going to be too weak, I reckon.
But this is big.
Also, it falls right on the clip.
And we did it.
So the clip would be touching it all the time. You can bet it's going to rot there. I'm honestly thinking I'll just cut the whole board short or just leave this one bit sticking. It's probably going to snap off as well. Eek. I'll make a decision and come back to you. I could always just move this clip up. Hello everybody, it's end of day 3 and we have almost an entirely completed deck. We've run out of boards as discussed. I've ordered another 5, but actually I think our guesstimate was a bit over the top. We're going to need 4. We bought 1 for spare, but actually we might even only need 3. That's fine, I can build a bit of garden furniture out of it, or a planter or something. Yeah, or shoes for the things we've got. Our boy is absolutely spent. Our girl is wired. Explain that. But yeah, that's where we're at. It's looking absolutely phenomenal. It is level, like to the laser line, that is, for drainage. Yeah, cut around that in the end. I turned out to not have a hole saw big enough for it, so I just did a square cut with the multi-tool. Took off the drain at the top there, took off the brackets and then just chucked it down, slid it down, screw it all back on. Bob's your uncle, Franny's your aunt. So yeah, that's where we're at. I think the family like it in that they haven't left since it's been done. But yeah, so next thing to do is Wednesday we'll get a delivery, be able to put in the rest at some point when I find the time in the evening. Yeah, a little cut around that, very nice. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Yeah, chuck us a comment or even just a lol for my plight. That actually really does look like I missed. Yeah, there is one there. But yeah, just a lol for my plight. It'd be funny. Yeah. Can't think what else to say. Share it with somebody if they're considering building a deck. Do not use the decking calculator. Just multiply it yourself or do the division yourself. And 5 mil gap. Don't trust the decking calculators. Reach for the sky. God's sake. What's she doing?
Yes.
Poor old Mrs. Can of Rabbit Hole. Don't pull his hair. Oh, you cheeky monkey. But yeah, so that's it. I don't have much else to say. I'm going to go and enjoy the last few minutes with my family before bed. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.